Hello, good
Hello,
morning.
everyone. Hi.
Hi. All right, today's topic is on money and wealth
Yeah.
consciousness and
Yeah.
about receiving wealth. And one of the things that I get very excited or I get really pumped up about this topic is because I go through it every single day.
Yeah.
And for the past, I would say, since 2017, since I actually invested in a coach, I've seen my money mindset has evolved and has transformed and has been able to support my family in a much bigger way, growing my business internationally and getting more international clients, not being afraid to charge. But this didn't happen to me before. And as I go and elevate my business right now to higher end 5 figure monthly income and to get it to scale up, I notice a certain kind of pattern that keeps coming up. And it's not about the money, because looking back at my lifestyle now compared to like five
Yeah.
years ago, I can afford a lot more things. I can send my whole family for horseback riding lessons. I
Yeah.
can support, paying for my drivers.
Yeah.
And it's not about that money, because I have manifested that money, but it's just about allowing it to remain and stay in my life and being enjoy receiving the money, right?
Yeah.
So the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because, what I realize about wealth consciousness, it is not about the money. It is about the allowing. It is about the
Yeah.
receiving. It is about the manifesting. It is about the joy of getting the amount that you set your goal, and be proud of yourself for it, and to reward yourself for it,
Yeah.
and set boundaries around it. So one of the things that I want to talk about is the number one thing that really resists you from receiving
Receiving
money
wealth. Yeah.
is actually your mindset, and also your past beliefs about money. And this is so powerful. Sometimes, you go to any money manifesting workshops, and a lot of times people say things like, oh, which ones of these statements reflect about you, oh,
Yeah.
money doesn't grow on trees, or you have to work hard for money. And sometimes in your conscious mind you say that that's not true, it's not true. But when you go through
Yeah.
life really going into manifesting money, when you get up level in that um growing your money mindset,
Yeah.
you start to see certain old patterns start to come up. For example, like for me it is about, like, oh, I have so much bills to pay, I have to pay everything, and that still comes up. But what I can reframe that is by saying that now I can afford to pay all these bills that come up, because I am earning more.
Yeah.
So it is allowing that, and allowing you to receive that level of growth at every
Yeah.
time you break through a certain pattern. And what I also realize is that a lot of times, as people up level, as they say, oh, I want to make $1 million lah, I want to have this kind of, they dream a lot, right? And when it comes to really receiving those dreams, they themselves block them, because they
Yeah.
feel
They
that
self
it
sabotage.
is
Yeah.
not allowing themselves to receive it. And maybe Zil can share a little bit on his perspective of money and
Yeah.
money, manifesting money.
Yeah, yeah. Mostly what people do, right, when they want to have more wealth in their life, they want to have more income in their life, what they do is they focus on one area which is a lot to do with physical. For example, like, okay, if I already have a job, and then what I do is I get a second job to get increase my income. I work overtime, or I have a business, part-time business on the side, which is part of the process of getting wealth, but it's not the only wealth. There's a lot of other pathway to wealth where when people only focus on one, that's where they do not really maximize the potential of the wealth creation. For example, right, it's not just about like Mushira mentioned, it's not just about what knowledge we have, whatever, but it's actually our mindset and the state of being that we are in. Right, if we are always on a desperate mode, on a low energy, we're always angry, we're always having doubts, and that actually will stop uh, us from attracting wealth, because that is the wealth. It has its vibration on a scientific level, is vibrating on a certain level, right? If you are on a very negative level, you will not be vibrating the same vibration as the wealth, and you will not attract the wealth, right? I always remember there's always a game that we play during one of our workshops, right, where we conduct workshops. The game that I always play is we usually take about $10 note or $50 note, and then we show it in front of the participants. Say, I have this $50 note or $10 note. I would like to give this away, or I would like to change it for something else. So like, I like to change this $50 for $1 or something like that, right? And then I have to keep on repeating every, and there's no takers, right? And then sometimes to the end of the session, maybe one person will come out and take the money, or they will exchange it for $1, for example, right? And then I also ask this question: what is stopping from all the rest of you who actually saw this opportunity, this money? This money represents wealth, opportunity. What is stopping you from moving forward, right? And it's the words that they use that I know why they're not talking about. They say, "Oh, this is too good to be true. It seems like a scam," these kind of things, right? Of course, that I take it that there's a lot of people out there that is scamming people, they're lying. But for us as individual, right, it's our responsibility to find out the truth. That means if we find something, an opportunity, instead of saying, "Oh, it's too good to be true, it must be a scam or whatever," why not we do our research on it and then find out whether it's true or not, instead of just saying and then pass it off as a scam, right? So it happened to me before, right? Like when I was in this, I played this game, this exercise, right? A guy from, I think, from America, he actually showed about $100 bill in front of my eyes, and then I was sitting in front, but I did not do anything. I just sat down. I was frozen. I just said in my mind, so I had that same thing going in my mind. And then there was one guy from the back came running, and he actually got $100. But and after that session, I was wondering, why didn't I take action? Why and the worst thing, it happened to me twice. So the thing is, why I did not take action, and that's what we need to ask ourselves, right? If I'm not receiving my goals, my wealth, my whatever I want in my life, what am I not doing, or what am I saying to myself that is stopping me from receiving it? And that's the answer. Actually, it's not about our knowledge. A lot of us, we have very good knowledge, we have good products and services, but it's just our mindset and our what we say to ourselves internally, our energy that actually stops us from attracting the wealth, because it's not on the same vibration level.
I know that vibe is so important. And if you have you say, I want to be a millionaire, I want to have $1 million, I want to create so much social impact. It's all in your mind. There is an intention. But if in your whole being you don't really have faith in yourself, or you don't have faith in the Almighty, that He can provide, then it's not going to happen. And I hear this a lot of times when people say, "Oh, I have a lot of faith in God. I really believe God will provide for me." But the thing is, it is like, but when I see them, they say it as I believe in God, but why are they not taking inspired action, or to allow themselves to receive it, to take it, to go for it no matter what? And in the end, it's just like they say, "Oh, I have a lot of faith in God," but they don't do anything. And again, nothing is going to change, right? When you don't change, nothing will change. So it is also that deep set belief that it is all about leaving responsibility to others and not taking action for yourself. So we are all about inspired action. We are all about vibrating at a high energy. We are also all about allowing yourself to receive that. And if you don't feel that you are receiving anything, ask yourself this question: what am I not doing to vibrate at that frequency? What do I need to change about myself so I vibrate at that frequency? And this is something so important, guys, because we have been in a lot of environments where our mindset, and especially around those in the spiritual circles, it's everything about, it's fate. God has determined this for us. Poor, right? Yes. And the thing is, God does not want you to be poor and oppressed, and allowing. He already warned you in all the good books, like in our good book, in the Quran also, it's warned us about like not allowing yourself to be oppressed and poverty, to be in poverty or begging. So it is a very deep set belief that we must change. Why are we not creating that money? Why are we not millionaires like we say we want to be? Why are we not allowing ourselves to receive? What is it that is holding us back? So these are the questions that we really must dig deep and to bring out. And that's why in our community, even in the sustainable, I think we'll talk about the sustainable lifestyle community. We talk about creating a lifestyle where we want to make love and respect sustainable. And when we talk about love and respect, it includes our money, Yeah, our money, our love and respect for wealth and money. We also love and respect our relationships, our relationship with people, with God, with
Yeah.
ourselves. We also believe in love and respect our community,
Yeah.
yeah, and the kind of
Even our
communities.
environment, the
Yeah,
animals, the things that's on earth. Yeah.
yeah, love and respect the environment, the world.
Yep.
Love and respect also in our business and in our organizations, and the way we do business and the way we attract income into our life. So all of this is all encompassing love and respect and making it sustainable, because I think COVID was a big
Yeah.
reminder for all of
Yeah.
us that people are saying that, because of COVID they don't make
Mhm.
money, though they
Yeah.
lost all their income. And it is true, and it's not that I discount that, it is true. But how many of us are not how many of us are actually prepared or
Yeah.
able to
Or
pivot?
how many of us did prepare beforehand before it happened, right?
Yeah,
Like we took the knowledge and we say, okay, well, this is going to happen. Like SARS was a reminder, and it can happen again. But if those people who took it and they took action, then when COVID came, they'll be at least cushion the thing. But if those people who say, oh, SARS, it will never happen again, then just wait and
yeah.
see, then COVID happened, then
COVID
you're gonna,
happened,
yeah, they
and
will,
and
yeah,
they are stuck, and they are, that's where
yeah,
a lot of negative things happen. And then what about other things that you can
yeah,
see the trends coming now, like with
yeah,
the food crisis, with the
financial
climate change,
crisis,
the
yeah,
geopolitical changes,
yeah,
financial changes, financial crisis, credit crunch, and all of those things, right? What are you actually doing to make your income sustainable?
yeah,
And are you allowing that, or are you just blocking or not, or wanting to deal with it
yeah,
with the usual things, like, oh,
yeah.
I'm too busy, or I've got too much on my plate, I've got this, and all of those things, and that keeps you stuck in poverty for years.
Yes,
And
yeah.
this is something
Okay,
that
wait,
I
one last
encourage.
time.
Yeah, this is what we do not want in our community. We say enough is enough. We are done with all of this firefighting in
Thing, yeah,
relationships, going through the same,
yeah,
stuck at
or
business and all
victim
that, the
victim
victim
mentality,
mindset.
right?
We
Yeah,
are done with that. We are now into that creation mode. We are now into that transformative mode. And we want people like us who are done with certain level of income. Is that no more? I am not going to be affected by the economy. I'm not allowing who says my food is not available
yeah,
anymore. I'm going to start creating it. I
yeah,
am going to start leading people
yeah,
into positivity. We don't want to see more negative things on the in the news. We want to create a more happy environment full of
yeah,
love and respect, where it's people are collaborating. No people who are very negative into our circles anymore. This is what we are growing, and this is what we are developing,
yeah,
and this is what we want to extend to you, to
yeah,
come and join us, come into this community, expand your wealth consciousness, let go of those
yeah,
things that are not adding value to you, because you know what, God is abundant, Allah is abundant, there's more than enough. But we have stopped ourselves in the
yeah. Our
past
beliefs
by
has stopped
saying
us.
our
Yeah,
beliefs, our upbringing on money matters, on fear based, on
yeah,
suspicion, all of this has got to go. And this is something that I would love to leave as my legacy. And I would love to invite you, whoever feel that this message resonates with you, and you say, yeah, you are done, you are not meant to be earning that,
yeah. Struggling,
maybe
right? Yeah,
struggling in your business, or earning 2 to 5 thousand or even $10,000 and still struggling and all that.
yeah,
You are not one of those people. You are meant to do more. You are meant to attract more. You are meant to give more to your children, to your community. You want to live a very sustainable, happy, joyful lifestyle,
yeah,
because this is what the earth is meant for. It's made for you right
yeah,
now. This is meant for you, and also to be able to live life in a way where it will be good for your soul and your relationship with
yeah,
God.
yeah,
And this is what we invite you. And we have such an amazing idea and land,
yeah,
and also a community that we are building.
yeah.
And they're all change makers, they are life
Yeah, people are
transformers.
doing work, actual doing work on the ground. They're not
Yes.
just a theory based or like book based people. They are actually people who go down to the ground and do the work. Yeah,
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 and then we'd like to expand this invitation to all of you here, regardless of where you are located, to come join us in our circle. Let us work with you on expanding your money mindset, how you do business, online and offline, how you
yeah,
can make that at least $5,000 to $10,000 first, and then go
yeah,
on to $20,000, because it is so important to learn that manifesting muscle, to strengthen that, how you can create money in a short period of time, because
Yeah.
sometimes you have bills to pay, you want to invest things, you want to
Yeah.
go on those trips, you want to send your children to the best schools,
Yeah.
you want the best meals for yourself and your family, so you got to manifest money fast. So we want to help you strengthen that mindset around money, around abundance.
Yeah.
And also, let's work together. And I've got Zeal has collected amazing experts who are
Yeah.
in the sustainable land, right?
Yeah, sustainable the ecosystem, like sustainability on circular economy, on green management, on zero waste, that kind of thing. A lot of things that people are now going into, right? A lot of big organizations going to. We actually managed to get amazing partners who are actually in this area, and they're already doing the work on the ground. And it's not just like 1 or 2 day thing, but they've been doing it for years, and they've been sharing the importance of doing this for people for years, right? It's up to people to take it or not. But when you see something happen, like a crisis happen, then you know people who actually learn the knowledge and took action, and those people who just wait and see, you'll be able to see those people who actually who are suffering, who are in dire straits. It's not because they are bad people. It's just that they did not
Plan.
plan. Yeah, they did not plan to fail, but they failed to plan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a very good meeting with one of my friends yesterday. We were talking about sustainable wealth, right? So it's amazing. Like what most people do their whole lifetime is they depend on one monetary system, which is the cash system, the paper money, right? Then we pay all our expenses, we save money in the bank with our paper money or currency, right? And now they're going to cryptocurrency. But he was asking me, right, what happened if, and I know this as well because I've been studying, what happened if a financial crisis happens and the dollar or whatever currency collapse and money has no more value? What are you gonna do? You have millions in the bank. All this money is not gonna be not gonna be any value to you. You will not be able to buy anything with this paper money, right? When the financial crisis happens, and then and experts say this is inevitable. It's going to happen. It's just a matter of when, right? So for us who are aware, what are we going to do about it? What are you going to wait and see until the financial thing happens? Then we're going to be like COVID again, then we're going to suffer, right? So why not we plan upfront, like what I've been also advocating, and this guy reminded me, gave me another wake up call was, right, instead of us saving money in cash, why don't we save money in physical items, which is gold and silver? Because cash was made by man, the cash system, but gold and silver is made by God, and God preserves this quality of the gold. It will not, the gold, the value will not go down. And when you have physical like gold and silver, when there's the crash of the financial system, you will still have this gold to trade. You will still be able to use it for financial trade, for bartering trade. You're not going to be good in poverty. So that's why we are now encouraging people, right? We're going to, in the future, we're going to educate about sustainable wealth as well with my partner, right? I'm going to meet him one more time just to understand the bigger picture on how we can do it. And then if it goes well, we're going to include it in our program, not just under sustainable land and community development, but also on sustainable wealth as well. Because I feel that is important, because if we do not plan for our wealth in the future, and we just rely on one area, for example, just on paper money, on cash, and when there's no more value, then you are gonna realize how you're gonna be like banging your head against the wall because all the money has no value. Like during the Japanese occupation, right, when they use the Japanese currency, right, when the Japanese were overthrown, and then people came back to power, and all this money that they created is no more value, and that's going to happen actually. So let's do something about it. Let's plan ahead. Let's not be those people who say, "Oh, okay, never mind, lah. I just wait and see. I'm okay. What my life is very well. I'm wealthy. I'm happy, right?" But it's not going to be for long if you go to another crisis like before COVID, right? And then and the experts say that it's just one of the crises going to happen: the food crisis, the financial crisis. So, like for us, for food crisis, we're already planning. We already have a land in Desaru, 25 acres land, and we have livestock, goats there. We started a pineapple. And we're going to have vegetable plantation, and also we have horses there. So, if like anybody who wants to be part of the land, wants to have sustainable food and all these kind of things, can you can DM us and ask about what we are planning to do. Then we will be able to share with you what is our bigger plan. And then but in July we're bringing people to visit the land. What's the date? That's 2nd or 3rd July, right?
To second and third.
July, yeah. Second will be our retreat. If you want to join our sustainable retreat, we're going to be talking about sustainable community leadership, sustainable wealth as well. And the second day will be on visiting the land, so you can see the potential of the land. We have 21 acres. It's quite big size, and there's going to be more of that in the future. But now we're going to focus on 25 acres. Those people want to live there, want to be part of the community, like an eco village, or you want to be investing in the vegetation and get a return on investment. Is totally okay, but just come and see and have an open mind, right? So if you want to know more about it, you can always DM us that way. Yeah.
All right. So,
Yeah.
well, go expand your wealth consciousness. There's more than enough. Always remember that.
Yeah.
Don't. And there are a lot of people out there who say things like, "Oh, you gotta save your money. You gotta tighten your belt. You gotta, not go out and enjoy yourself so much. Gotta count your pennies." And all of these things is actually very scarcity mindset.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about that you have to be irresponsible with your money, but instead, why not create that money? Why not grow that money? Why not you know strengthen your manifesting muscle so that you can create money coming in whenever you need it, right? And you say, okay, I want to go for that holiday. How much is it going to cost? Okay, when is the date? And at least know that this is the plan, that you're going to achieve it. Create that money in an instant is also another skill that you have with whatever resources that you already have. This is also another thing, and it's also so possible because I've done it time and time again, and I share this with the people in our community on how to start creating cash fast, so that you can, we do it for whatever purpose that you want. Yeah. So and this is what I'm not about like cutting costs, be less joyful, don't do this, don't do that, tighten your belt, eat less, don't don't go for those massages and all that. And I'm like, look, these are kind of like requirements in your life, right? You gotta
want to have a good life.
you got a nice clothes, you gotta have eat nice food, right? So why do you have to stop yourself when you can create instead of depriving yourself? And that puts you in that low vibe, low energy, and that scarcity mindset, which is what a lot of the people who are in control, they want you to be like that, so that you will always be dependent in that mindset. So enough is enough. And for me, it is like, I'm done with that. And I invite people who are also feeling that it is time for them to thrive. It is time for them to give back in a big way. It is time for them to change the way that in the past, like all their, how their family members used to live and always struggling. You want to change that. You don't want, you have had enough. And this is time to change the story of your generation, of your family story as well.
One thing I want to add, right, before we end, right, I always hear people saying, "Oh, I love doing this. I want to do this. I want to do that." But there's always a but. I am low income. I don't. It's expensive. I don't have the money, and that is actually what stops a lot of people. It's not about not having. It's about the thinking that you have scarcity. You will not be able to afford it, and forever you're not gonna be afford it, right? Like Mushida came to Kel with only RM2, and I was in my time in the past I was homeless, but my mind was not in poverty. My mind was very abundant. I was thinking of my mind always. I know I'm going to get out of it. This is just a phase for me to learn something, and I know for my homelessness, so many people can benefit. And sure enough, when I came out of my homelessness, I helped so many other homeless people and low income, and I had that thinking of compassion to help others, because I have gone through that hardship, and I was meant to go through that, not to be able to help people. If I was like easy my whole life, having a silver spoon, or everything was put in front of me in a platter, I won't be having that compassion for people. I'll be just live my life. I'm having enjoy. I won't have but because I went through it, now I have compassion for people. So whoever is in this situation, like when I was, like whether you're homeless, you're a refugee, you're low income, you must say, why God put me in this position is because He wants me to learn something. So when I get out of it, I can help others that is in my situation. Like if you are, for example, if you're a refugee, right? And then you say, okay, the moment that you're in Malaysia or in other countries, actually you are blessed because you're not in a war zone, you're not being, family members are not being killed, you're here. Safe. And like we in Malaysia, there's so many opportunities to earn money. There's refugees here who earns thousands and thousands of dollars because with the right mindset. But if you have the wrong mindset, then you'll always be in that prison, in struggle. So that's what I would encourage you. Instead of saying I cannot afford it, it's too expensive, why not you change the word saying how can I afford it? The moment you change how, there will be a way that's open to you. And it happened to us so many times. We get something that we felt that it was so impossible to get, like 30,000 in 2 weeks,
Crazy,
dollars, and most people will give up. But we asked the question, how can we get it? And then we started opening our mind and list whatever we need to do. And sure enough, we came in the time that we wanted.
So I'd like to invite all of you to just feel it in your body. In
Yeah.
when you think of something that you
Yeah.
cannot afford, right? Just think of something you cannot afford, and then but how
How do you feel? Yeah.
how do you feel
Yeah.
when you get it? It
Mm.
is something that you really desire, whether it is school for your children, whether it is a holiday,
Holiday.
whether it
Yeah.
is to be relocated somewhere. How does it feel in your body? And you feel that excitement, you feel that happiness, you feel that joy because you really desire it, you really want it, right?
Yeah.
And then in your mind you will notice that how can I afford it, right? That come up. So no, the I can't afford it
Yeah.
because it's too expensive and all that, that that,
Yeah.
that month. So is when you feel that, I want you to immediately ask, what can I do to start making that
Making.
money?
Yeah.
And
To
you can
get it.
start feeling it in your blood, you can
Yeah.
feel the difference
Yeah.
just by asking that
And
questions and
changing your
thinking,
words, your
oh,
mindset.
I could do this, maybe I could do this, maybe just try to ask stupid questions like
Yeah.
where you can make
Yeah.
money, right?
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
it doesn't matter,
Okay, it
just write
doesn't
it
have to
down.
be logical. Just say
Yeah.
whatever. Something you say, I want to get money from a stranger, for example. Like it seems illogical, but you happen to ask Mushra got money from a homeless person who gave her money. So yeah, it can happen anyway. Yeah,
Yeah, so
yeah,
you write it down, you write down all the different ways that you think you can start
yeah.
creating money, and it don't even judge it, but just feel it in your bone, how it in your body, how it
Uh-huh.
changes, how it shifts from that statement of
Uh,
I cannot
I
afford
got
it
one story I
to a
want to
new
share
question.
that I heard
Okay.
yesterday. Okay, one my friend was sharing this one woman that she know that she was scammed what $100,000
Wow.
her money, right? And then of course it's very challenging, it's hardship. But what happened is for her, right, she took it as a lesson learned, and she did not diminish her mindset. She did not say, oh, I lost my whole life saving, I'm going to be doomed for life, I have to be destitute, I had to be dead, I had to accept my fate. I'm going to be poor my whole life, and I'm going to die lonely, poor, and broke.
Oh
Right?
gosh.
What she did was she keep on her abundance mindset. She keep on doing, meeting the right people, doing whatever she need to do to continue her life and add value. And then she got a letter saying that, oh, one of her uncles in Singapore passed away, and uncle gave her inheritance. Guess how much?
100,000.
1 million.
What?
She got 1 million. Uncle gave her inherited 1 million. So for me, is money can come from anywhere. God is abundance, right? Or Almighty is abundant. He can give you for any source. But when we have doubt in the abundance of Almighty. That's why we will stop getting the wealth. Because we have that in our mind. We have so much. Even myself, I've gone through it. We have so much doubt that, oh, can it happen or not? Will God give me? I'm a bad person, and whatever. God doesn't have that condition. God can give to anybody, even bad people they can give to. But if you meet the certain condition of the mind, your mindset, your abundance, you will receive it. But it's just how what you do with the money will make all the difference in your when you meet God later on. But for us, but that's why we are doing business, social impact and sustainability, because that will preserve your life here in this world. And also when you meet God and God asks you what you have done with all your wealth, then you can say, oh, I've done my best. I try to help as many people as possible. But if your whole life was a struggle, you couldn't give your money in charity, you couldn't do anything, and you keep blaming circumstances, then you have no excuses. Then you will not be able to answer, because you yourself, you put it upon yourself that you are going to be poor, and you put yourself in a situation where you could not give. Whereas you have so many opportunities. If you're going to give money, you can give time, you can volunteer, you can do a lot of things, but you just chose to be in that state of very negative, very angry. So we are actually encouraging people to get out of that, snap out of it, and then let's do something. Right? If you feel that, oh, I cannot do it alone, why not be part of a community that can, like we are already doing it? Why not be part of a community, even though maybe you might not join us straight away, but join our events that we run for free. Like we're gonna be having our sustainability for good masterclass on the 5th of July. 5th, no, sorry, 11th of June, right? 10 a.m. Malaysian Singapore time. Why not join us? So then you'll be able to learn. Okay, how do I from a space of lack or space of I don't know where I'm going to go. At least now you have a pathway that we're going to give you what you can use for the future in case anything happens. So even we are anti-crisis happen, we don't have to totally sacrifice our life and be in destitute. We actually have a community to support each other instead of being alone. And then when you're alone, that's where a lot of elements come in. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
All right.
All right.
Thank you,
Thank you,
everyone. Have a
everyone. Have
great
a blessed
day.
Saturday. DM us if you want to ask questions or you want to interact with us. All right.
Okay,
Bye
awesome. Bye
bye.
bye.